welcome to Simple or Not Kitchen. My name is Melissa, and here in Simple or Not Kitchen we put some of those online cooking videos to the test. And today we are testing out ice cream bread. This is one of those recipes that we were skeptical about. All that's included in this recipe is just 2 ingredients. It's ice cream and self-rising flour. We were a little bit skeptical that this would actually produce a bread, but it did. So let me show you how we did it. Ice cream bread is one of those recipes that's been trending on TikTok. We found our recipe that we're following today on tasty.com. To make our ice cream bread, we need about 2 cups of a good quality vanilla ice cream. We also need about 1.5 cups of self-rising flour. To make our bread nice and pretty, we're also going to include a few ice cream sprinkles as well. And the first step in making our ice cream bread is to just simply set our ice cream on the counter, cover it with plastic wrap, and wait for it to melt. You probably could just melt it in the microwave, but we live here in Arizona. It really didn't take any time at all for this ice cream to melt. And we're going to start with about 1.5 cups of self-rising flour. And to that we are going to add our melted ice cream. And I sometimes add about 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder to my self-rising flour just to be on the safe side. I know this is just an extra step, you don't have to do that, but I tend to do that whenever I'm using self-rising flour. And then we're going to pour in our sprinkles. I'm just using a couple tablespoons of sprinkles. You can use as many as you want. You could also just sprinkle the sprinkles on top rather than mixing them in with the batter, but I like the way they look mixed into the batter. And this recipe couldn't be any easier. After we are done mixing our ingredients, we are just going to transfer everything to a loaf pan. And then we're going to let our batter bake at about 350 degrees for about 40 to 45 minutes. And that's it. That's all there is to this recipe. So this ice cream bread comes out very much like a pound cake, but it is not overly sweet. The only sweetness comes from the ice cream that we added. Well, this ice cream bread had a really nice flavor and texture to it. It didn't rise nearly as much as we expected it to in the oven. But it was so good that we decided to try the concept again, switching out the self-rising flour for just a standard box of cake mix. And to do this, we are using just a regular box of yellow cake mix, and we're still using 2 cups of melted ice cream. You probably could try this using any kind of boxed cake mix. We're just using a standard yellow cake mix because it was on sale at the store. My local grocery store had yellow cake mix on sale for 49 cents, so I grabbed a couple boxes. And I'm baking this in just a standard baking pan. You could use a cake pan or a loaf pan, just adjust your cooking time. My pan is lined with parchment paper and it's also been greased as well. Then we're just going to sprinkle our sprinkles on top. And then into the oven our cake goes. We're going to cook it at about 350 degrees for about 40 minutes. And this is the result. So this cake came out a whole lot sweeter, probably because the cake mix does have sugar in it. And this one also came out a whole lot denser as well. It was almost too sweet. But while the version made with the cake mix was a little bit on the sweet side, it went really nicely with a dish of ice cream. And the first bread also went really nicely with ice cream as well. Both of these would be perfect if you chopped them up and used them as like a sundae topping, or if you're having an ice cream party, it'd be a great addition. Thank you so much for watching Simple or Not Kitchen. For more recipes, articles, and video, go online to PinnellCentral.com.